Welcome to Mod Pod with Fukunaga, a podcast that celebrates the strength and pulse of the luxury market. And now, here's your host, Vanessa Fukunaga.
Hi, everyone. Today we are with Justin Berfield.
Yes.
Exactly. Okay. Not only are you an actor, producer, father, very much a family man,
Yes.
which I really appreciated. Best known for your role as Reese in Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep.
And recently returning for the revival after 20 years.
Yes. Yeah.
After 20 years. And I love the title, Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair. It's very clever.
Yeah.
I think it's very clever. Anyway, it's just 20 years away from acting. I think that's really interesting. We're here today in Nobu, and I just want to say a couple things about Nobu. Maybe why you chose it, but a couple of interesting facts. So I will read. It's the first, did you know this? The first and only Nobu Hotel in Mexico, and it was opened in 2019. I was here for the inauguration.
Awesome.
It was really, really interesting. Everybody is super excited. All the restaurants, blah, blah, blah. Founded by Chef Nobu Matsuhisa, Robert De Niro, and Mayor Tepper. And I love, okay, I am biased towards things Japanese. I have my 100-year-old Japanese, by the way, my last name's Fukunaga, Japanese grandmother who barely just passed away. She lived to 100.
That's amazing.
Nobody ever thinks I'm Japanese until they hear the name.
That's so interesting.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And your background? I'm just so curious about you.
I don't know. I'm like, I guess I'm Eastern European, but my wife is, they're Cuban. So like, so now my kids are like half and half. It's awesome.
Oh my God. Tell me you can salsa.
I always joke with my wife. I'm like the girls are gonna get their dancing from my Latin hips because like obviously don't have a Latin bone in my body, but my wife can dance. I just make a fool of myself. I pretend like I know what I'm doing.
But the obsession I have with dancing. Okay, we'll start the interview, but this is just like I love it. It's just a conversation.
Okay.
So going back, Nobu Los Cabos is where Japanese minimalism meets Baja. All the design, the materials, everything just really has that DNA and that essence in the craftsmanship. Food, I'm not a huge foodie until I come here, and everything is literally so perfect. But the food is really central to the Nobu identity. It's not just simply a hotel amenity. The signature Nobu cuisine, by the way, is, of course, I love it, Japanese, which I think is interesting, but with a Peruvian influence. And the sentiment is a place where the ocean sets the table. A place where the ocean sets the table. I think that's just, I don't know, I love. We're on the Pacific coast. So the Pacific coast of the Baja Peninsula. There are 4 oceanfront pools. We see the strong indoor-outdoor living. And I'm kind of obsessed with all the biohacking, all the wellness. Yes, I've succumbed to everything. So HBOT and blah, 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 that's another conversation. But they have their Essentia Wellness Spa, the fitness, and a ton of restorative Baja kind of treatments that you can use. Residential style stays. I mean, this feels like somebody's apartment, by the way.
This room is amazing.
It is.
I wish I could just move in here.
I do too. And although I'm not good at pool, I do love, and I always think I can break the ball. Sorry. What do you call it? Oh my God. What do you call it?
I think that is what it's called. But...
Is it? But it seems really inappropriate. Yeah, I like to do it because it actually hurts my golf game because I try too hard, and I do the same thing in pool. So do you play pool?
Growing up, my parents did have a pool table, but I never, as much as we played with like my brother and made friends over, I never got any better. It's similar to my golf game. No matter how much I play, I'm like, I just reach a plateau and I can never get any better.
And it's all the things that you're not supposed to do. I try too hard, so I hit it too hard. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you think I can get the ball to go further if I just swing that much faster.
Oh yeah, for sure, I got it. Yeah. And I'm playing softball growing up, so I don't know. It's ridiculous, but I like that. This. I mean, look, we're overlooking
like steps from the beach. This is gorgeous. I definitely
I may not leave.
yeah.
Just
Like
so
I don't think they wouldn't mind if we just kind of stay.
if we just kind of stayed,
I'm
exactly.
gonna get my bags moved in here.
I've stayed here before, and it does feel different when you come and stay. I don't normally do a staycation
Mhm.
as I live here in Cabo, but coming here, I've done it, and it just feels different. It feels like your own actual residence. You're sitting here, 2 steps from the ocean, all the wellness stuff, which I'm
Yeah.
completely obsessed with. And it's based on, by the way, I'm going to have to read it, even though I'm Japanese, but omotenashi. So there are a lot of Japanese philosophies in life, and I actually really like to abide by a lot of them. But omotenashi, which is the Japanese philosophy of being thoughtful and having intuitive hospitality. I think that's so
Oh, I like
interesting.
that.
I do too. Let's talk about you.
Sure.
You have become part of the most, or you became part of the most beloved TV families of all time. I mean, incredible. And we're sitting around a table that I think a lot of the scenes were based around the table. And how family oriented is that?
Yes, but our table is much dirtier in the show and not as nicely decorated as this. But yeah, we had a lot of family a lot of family meals in that show. And actually, after the revival, I actually got to go to Mexico and to promote it. And I didn't realize how passionate people in Mexico are about the family. I had no clue until we were filming the revival, and Frankie went to a convention there while we were filming, and he told us how incredible the people are and how passionate, how a lot of people know more about the show than we do. Because obviously when you're filming a show, you don't see the other scenes, you don't you film a script and then you're moving on to the next one quickly.
You don't rewatch?
No, I never
You don't watch
rewatched.
dailies or anything?
No, no, I wouldn't. During the original run, like that didn't exist because we were filming, we were on film, so there was no dailies.
Oh my gosh,
And
that's so
so you didn't you
interesting.
didn't you didn't see an episode until it was airing 3 months later, like on television on Fox at
Y- Yeah.
at the time slot it was on at the time, at whenever that was.
You know what I love also about Mexico is because it is so family oriented. When there are gatherings, like the thing that I learned and what was one of my most favorite things, you would have babies and kids
Mhm.
all the way to your grandparents and bailando, dancing, dancing, dancing. And if the kids are tired, guess what? There's the couch, there's the sofa, but they're all together. It was just my favorite thing. And
Mhm.
my favorite thing also is seeing like the older couple, the grandma and grandpa that can dance
Mhm.
because they just know each other's moves. I mean, I die. I die. I just love this place. But it has crossed generations, countries, and cultures. Here in Mexico, obviously, there's been this incredible emotional connection, and it's so relatable. I think that, I mean, for me, I think that's why the fans like it so
Mhm.
much. But you're stepping back into the spotlight, not only with the revival, but I've seen a lot online. I know you're doing a press tour, but it feels very personal what you're doing as far as promotion. Does it feel like a different kind of way you're promoting or?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's different now. I mean, for me, it's totally different nowadays because during the original run of the show, there was no social media. So like
True.
anything you did was a magazine interview or a spot on a news show like on TV. But
Yeah.
now it's much more. I guess it's much more organic, and then you have a lot more control yourself too of how you promote something.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just, yeah, it's very different from what it was 20 years ago when the show first ended, and then we got to come back and kind of try it again. And all the characters and actors are obviously at different stages in their lives. Like obviously, a lot of us have our own kids now, so it's totally different. And it was fun for me getting back into it because obviously after the show, I kind of stepped away from acting because I had been acting since I was much younger, and I got to get a little taste of it again, and I kind of ended up missing it a little bit. I was like that was a lot of fun.
You did?
Yeah, I did. It was just something I didn't know if I would get back into again if
Mhm.
another opportunity wouldn't wouldn't happen, and then fortunately, um, Disney wanted to do a little Malcolm revival, so we got to do
Disney, this
got
just
got to do.
doesn't come out of everybody's mouth.
I,
Disney wanted to do a little Malcolm revival, and then it hit.
and it hit.
And I mean, hit big.
Yeah, the Disney while we were doing like the Mexico City tour, they were talking about how the numbers were really good for the show because it was only 4 episodes. It was kind of filmed like a movie, so it was 4 episodes cover like one storyline. So you got to kind of see where these characters had been, where they're going, and you got to kind of get a little taste. You got to meet some new characters, some characters that were kind of teased as the show was ending
Yeah.
in the original run. And so it was fun. I feel like it got to give people a little a good closure on this family too.
I just find it interesting that because not every revival hits,
No,
and this is hit big.
yeah, it definitely did well, and I got to hand it to obviously to the original like the creator Linwood Boomer because he didn't want to do something just to do it. He didn't want to just make money. He's like, if I do something, I want it to be right. I want to actually tell a story about these characters that I created 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and see and make sure it makes sense. And he had his hand in everything. He brought on a few of the original executive producers or writers from the original run. So like everyone had a hand in it. What made the show originally a success helped make this a success.
That is so interesting because they have that essence and that experience, and they know probably, I'm assuming, how to the voice of Reese, the voice of Malcolm.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I would say anybody can write. It's just different.
Well, it's different because these were the same groups of people that were in a writer's room for 12 hours a day for 7 years, breaking stories, discussing where these characters are going to go, what they should do, and to get like a few of those guys back together to try to break the story again, it was just, I think people could see it on the screen because like everyone's evolution that they took over these 20 years kind of made sense. It wasn't just like a random thing where like, oh, Reese is doing this now, but like, does that really fit the character? It kind of made sense that he's not successful. He didn't, even though he was a talented chef at the time in the show, that's not Reese's character. He's not gonna take that would be too easy for him. Or that would take too much work for him. He's gonna do something that's a little easier. Ends up scamming his father, which kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense for Reese.
Exactly. Now you're on this 3-week press tour, and I can't get over. I love Malcolm in the Middle. Life's still unfair. I just think that's so clever because it can go in any direction you want.
Yep.
And especially with Reese.
And it just kind of makes sense that things, it's the real world. Things don't always work out.
It's so relatable.
Yeah, and I think if everyone in the family became successful or did whatever, and everyone was like lovey-dovey, that's not a real family. And so you see how the different interactions are. How Malcolm has been avoiding his family for 20 years since he went off to college.
Yeah,
and he ended up having success, but obviously this family has a way of drawing you back in, and he had to kind of confront things. Obviously, he had to confront his issues with Lois, and it just made sense. And it's I think it's good for the fans to see where this family came from, and see them get back together. And obviously, chaos always
chaos ensues.
Chaos ensues. It wouldn't be any other way with a Malcolm in the Middle show.
Speaking of fans, do you have so far a favorite moment or experience engaging with a fan?
I would say now, just anytime in Mexico, those are like my favorite moments because everyone here is just so passionate, and they're so knowledgeable about the show. Like they'll ask me about a scene that I have honestly had no recollection of because I filmed it 25 years ago, and I don't remember it because we did 151 episodes, but a lot of the people here have seen the show multiple times.
I'm telling you,
and they can be like, oh, season 3 when you guys did this and this. I'm like, now it makes sense. Now I understand it. Now I 25 years ago, I didn't remember. I didn't remember filming it. I don't remember what was happening in that episode entirely, because when you're a kid filming, especially when you're a kid, like you're only in set for like 6 or 7 hours a day, and then you go to school and set, so you don't really see what else is happening in the show. But yeah, I think for me, anytime I come to Mexico, it's just it's a whole new experience, and everyone's just so nice.
Yeah.
Passionate.
What do you think now? Is it because you said you were mentioning the producer felt like he had the right story, all the right players in front of the camera. I didn't know you had the same players, at least some of them behind the camera.
Absolutely, yeah. No, because it actually got to hand it to Bryan Cranston,
Uh-huh.
obviously Hal, um, who's ended up being 10 times more successful than he was when he was on Malcolm, and he was a busy guy, and he was actually the one that was pushing Linwood the entire time
You're
to
kidding.
do something. He was the one pitching Linwood like, hey, Linwood, I want to do something. I want to get back into this world. I want to see where this family has gone, and obviously Bryan is working everywhere right now.
Yeah.
And so he was actually the one that kind of got Linwood to do it, but it took a long time. It took like 10 years of convincing. Because I would go to lunch with Bryan occasionally, like every couple years we'll have lunch around our
So you
birth.
stayed in touch.
Yeah, Bryan's the best about staying in touch with everybody, and so we'd have lunch every couple years, and he'd mentioned to me, he's like, hey, I'm trying to get Linwood involved. Like, would you be interested? Like, he's like, I'm asking everyone else, and everyone else says they're interested. Would you be interested? And I was like, absolutely. I got like that was like the greatest time of my life filming the show. So if you get something going,
You're in.
I'm in. I'm in. And he's like, we just need to I got to convince Linwood. And it just took 10 years of just talking to Linwood. And at first Linwood was like, no, like I'm not doing this. It hadn't been long enough since the show wrapped.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough living for these characters to have done to like actually like come up with a story that made sense. And so finally, after like 18 years, he finally got like an idea. It's like because we got to think of like a natural way, a organic way to get this family back together. And obviously, a big anniversary party was a way to get everyone back. And then he started kind of honing in on what the story is and what everyone's like trajectory in their life was.
I just think
And
that's
so,
so
but yeah, gotta
interesting.
hand it to Bryan Cranston. He's the one that was like pushing that ball uphill for at least 10 years.
And I find when I'm talking to people around here, they're not only they're watching the revival, but then they're going back and they've seen it. Obviously, they love it, but
Yeah.
it's just the reboot is making them making them want to watch it all again because they remember
Mm-hmm.
the iconic moments like
Yeah.
the goat.
And yes. Yeah.
I could name a million, but that would to me that one's so funny. I have to tell you, one of my most favorite ones is you're sitting around the breakfast table. Well, I suppose it would be the dinner table at that point, and you holding the spoonful of mashed potatoes. Do you remember that?
I remember it at Lois
Yes.
threatening her, and it was like one of those funny scenes of just like a hostage crisis. Like, is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? And obviously,
I've watched it now like 5 times.
yeah. No, it's like I remember that scene. That was early. That was like a season 1 thing, I think. Season 1 or 2.
It
That
could be. Yeah, I
that
don't
was
remember which season, but
that was very early
I
in the show.
again, like everybody else, I started again from the beginning. That is so funny, but that scene just
But
absolutely
that's such a Reese moment. He's impulsive, and when he gets backed into a corner, he'll you never know what he's gonna do.
But my my family, I don't know if it's because we're Japanese, if I dared hold a spoonful of mashed potatoes, like that would literally never happen.
Yeah. No, but Lois.
That's Reese.
But that's Reese. But that Lois, like, she's the like the ultimate. Yeah, I don't know what Reese was thinking at that moment, because like if he had done it,
What possessed
if he had
him?
gone through with it, Lois would have.
And I love that Hal did it.
Yeah, because he knew that Reese was gonna die if he did it, so he had to save the day.
And that's family.
Yeah.
No, it's just like every little detail. I don't know, just so fun. What did it feel like coming back? Did you feel like you just walked right back into the shoes of Reese? Was it really natural for you?
It was very natural. I was more nervous about just like memorizing my lines and being on set again, because I hadn't done that in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I think once you get the script and you get back into the routine again, it just kind of like, we all just kind of like got back into our characters. And like I remember like the first read through we did before, because we did a read through with like the studio
Mm-hmm.
and all the executives, but before that we did another read through with just the cast, in the production office, after
Mm-hmm.
we'd all gone to Vancouver.
Mm-hmm.
And I think immediately we were all just back in our characters, and it was kind of surreal, just like listening to, listening to Hal, listening to Lois, just being in that world again.
It must just have felt like home.
Oh, it felt like home. Yeah. No, like the second I showed up in Vancouver and was like walking through like the production offices, seeing the original wardrobe department,
Mhm.
and a lot of the writers. We had our original producer behind the production of the show.
Mhm.
He came back on board, and so he was up in Vancouver with everyone. It was just like it was almost like we just took a really long hiatus.
And during that hiatus, you were behind the camera.
Yes, we did it. Yeah, I after the show, like I kind of got behind the camera, tried to produce a couple projects. We had some success, and then then I ended up getting married and just became like a stay-at-home dad.
Mhm.
Like that was like my life. That's been my life like the last 6 years since my eldest was born.
Oh my
And it
god.
was just, yeah, it was just like just enjoy my life. I was like I got to live in other parts of the country
Mhm.
and just kind of do things differently for a while, because I grew up in LA, and so it was nice to get out of LA for a few
Mhm.
years too, and just kind of be normal again, just kind of experience something different that I couldn't have done when I was like working since I was 5.
Mhm.
And so but it was great. Yeah. I don't regret anything. I had so much fun.
Well, the world loves it and loves you, and especially Mexico. And I think, you kind of like there's a word that's like travieso
Travi is it
traviesa,
Traviesa?
travieso para ti.
My accent is
Oh, mine is
is
terrible, and
awful.
I live here, but I can puedo entender todo. But it's like just
This
mischievous.
Yeah.
And so, but do you think that's why? But there was still this basis, this family DNA. Do you think that's why? Why do you think people related to Reese so much and loved him so much?
I think a lot of people related to Reese because he was like I would say he was like the enforcer of the family,
Yeah.
but he was so loyal to his family. And I think of them, I might be speaking incorrectly, but I feel like in the Mexican culture, like family is super important.
Everything.
And so with that family, and especially Reese, is like y- he'll beat you up, like he'll beat up his brothers and create practical jokes or whatever. But if you mess with one of his brothers, he's got their back no matter what. If you mess with anyone in his family, and I think that's why people enjoyed Reese so much, because
It's
he was just
true.
he had his family's back no matter what. But he'd also take advantage of them occasionally. But that's just the family, though. That's
Exactly.
the dynamic there. Like everyone, all the brothers were kind of always battling each other at some
But
point.
that's family. But
Yeah.
isn't that funny? Like when you get in a fight, that's just totally normal. Even
Yeah.
every family, you can fight, but there's also a point where,
No
oh my
one.
gosh, those were out
Yeah.
of bounds.
Yeah. And no one else can do what you can do to your family. That
Exactly.
that was the key. That was the key there. Like Reese didn't have a problem with it if Dewey was hurting him. Obviously, Dewey messed with Reese
Yeah.
Reese quite a bit, but like no one was allowed to mess with Dewey, and
Yeah.
no one was allowed to mess with Malcolm. But
I just love that.
yeah.
And I think for me, that's the kind of thing that I just love. And I love about the culture. And it gets so relatable to
Mhm.
everybody around the world. Do you want to share anything with the audience and the fans about your any next chapter, or let them think and wait and you're
I don't know, wait and see. Like I have like no plans right now. Right now I'm just enjoying taking my kids on like nice vacations when I can, and
enjoying Nobu Los
enjoy
Cabos?
Nobu. This place is amazing. My daughter is like a sushi fanatic, so when we told her we're going to Nobu, she's like, "Oh, is that the sushi hotel?" Like she wanted to call it the sushi hotel. That's how it is to her. It's the sushi hotel.
I think
We're like,
that's
no, we're in
so
Nobu.
cute.
And yeah, she's been to Nobu Malibu probably more than I've been there before her. She's obsessed with the place, so
That's so
she
cute.
was very excited to come here.
Well, we really appreciate the time. I mean, I can't even tell you. When I said to my team that had the opportunity to do this interview, they died, I died, and there was so much excitement. There was literally chaos
Oh my
in my
gosh,
office. You have no idea.
that's exciting. I didn't realize it.
You have no idea. So a little toast, and then if you don't mind, we're gonna do a quick after this, a rapid fire question.
Okay.
But we have a timer. You have 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
So this is always, by the way, salud
Salute.
in mis ojos.
Mis
We
ojos.
we look each other in the eye always. Oh, I'm in the toothpick.
Lychee.
Oh, that is good.
That's very good.
That is good. Okay, quick, Shanjuru, can I have my jacket? I'm Japanese, so I can. That's why I like to say I'm Japanese, so I'm gonna just change this a little bit, and I have no control, by the way, over what's happening next.
Okay.
Here's the deal, but I can tell you what the setup is.
Okay.
We're both gonna have a little bell.
Okay.
And I read the talking points about Nobu, but I don't know what the questions are.
Okay.
So the idea is the idea is that I just got this from Japan. So I have to do it in honor, a little change. That's
very cool.
A little honor of my heritage. Okay. So Alejandro from my team is going to, oh my gosh, I'm scared. Where are bells? Where are bells? So first one to answer, bing, we have to figure out who is the Nobu master. So I don't know if you were really listening.
So it's questions about, so it's based on the questions.
Based on whatever I said.
I
know. And literally the thing was, were we paying attention?
Oh, great.
I know. I don't even remember. I'm sitting there thinking about everything that's happening with Reese. And if they ask me about the goat episode, I could tell them everything. If they were asking me about the mashed potato episode, I could answer everything. Just to be a little fun or a little rude, if we get it wrong, we're going to hear a noise also.
Oh, no.
Where's the time?
I'm expecting lots of that noise.
Exactly.
Is that the you're wrong buzzer?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. You might just
hit it now.
Just start hitting it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Don't even worry. By the way, we are wrong already. Now we're gonna admit we still love Nobu Los Cabos. Even if I don't remember, little timer.
But the thing is, I didn't read any of the information. So I remember in school and when I read scripts, it's easier to remember stuff if I read it. So I can't hear, it usually just goes in one ear out the other. So that's gonna be my excuse when I don't get it.
Exactly. Well, you know what? I read the information, but I didn't see it before, and I have no idea what the questions are. So my team does like to trick me, by the way, and I usually lose. But I'm highly competitive.
All right, let's see.
All right, let's go. Alejandro, we got to go fast. It's sealed because I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
How many oceanfront pools does Nobu Los Cabos have?
4.
That's correct.
That is correct. Somebody needs to have the buzzer ready because I feel like the Fukunaga could be wrong.
Is Nobu Los Cabos located on the Pacific side or the Sea of Cortez side?
Pacific.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
All right, 2 for 2. We're not bad actually.
Exactly. Let's just share and answer all.
Nobu cuisine is Japanese with influence from which country, Peru or Italy?
Peru.
That's correct.
I'm highly competitive, but we're sharing.
Okay.
Did Nobu Los Cabos open before or after 2015?
After 2008. What? No, don't buzz me wrong. It's 2019. I was here.
All correct.
Okay, good. Oh my God, we got everything.
Okay.
Even though they buzzed us bad.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
They're anxious to get the buzzer.
Exactly.
All right.
Nobu Los Cabos is the first and only Nobu hotel in Mexico. True or false?
That's true.
That's correct. Wow, all correct.
Oh.
Oh my God.
So
was there one more?
Get that buzzer out of here.
Exactly.
They don't need it.
Exactly. Do we have a prize? Where's the prize? Listen, I literally should just be a game show host. It's my dream.
That was fun.
It is my dream, but I would make it be longer. So in honor of winning, we're in Japan culture. Here's a little sake set.
Oh, thank you so
And I
much.
actually brought it back from...
No way.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
No. Everything for me is like, hajimemashite. I don't speak a lot of Japanese, but there's that. And now just the very last thing is I would like to bring in Mr. Mitote. Now that's like a traditional fun character from Mexico. Are you ready? All right, here he comes. Here he comes, because I wanted to leave you with a few things and a few things that I thought were kind of funny. Because there you go. And this
Oh my
really is,
gosh.
this one is from Japan. This one is from Kyoto. And then the rest, little games
Oh
for
my
your
goodness,
kids.
they are gonna be so happy.
Alabrijes, if you don't know, just watch the movie Coco.
Yeah, we know they've
Okay,
seen us.
exactly. Dulces. And then the other one, I had to do it. If they would
Oh.
have let me bring in a real goat, I would have done it. This is just,
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
and I was told no, by the
Thank
way,
you.
because I was going to sit here with a spoonful of mashed potatoes.
That would we have like a nice little standoff.
Exactly. So that's for you to enjoy.
Oh, thank you so much.
No, you're
That's
very,
so cute.
very, very welcome. And then later, stuff for the beach. So I want you
Oh my-
to enjoy.
thank
we
you so much.
we love to host. We're in Mexico, and I just would like to do one last toast, because honestly, this has been. There are games, little noisemakers.
Oh my gosh.
If you want to open it, we can play it later. Your kids can play it.
they're gonna
It's
be
just
so happy.
too fun.
That's very
So
cool.
one last toast, Justin Berfield. Congratulations, felicidades, y muchísimas gracias para esta entrevista. Salud.
Salute.
I'm just trying to find an excuse to drink more of this, because this
It's
is
good. It's very good.
It's very good. Thank you. And this is our very, 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 very special episode of Mod Pod with Fukunaga, and you can check out this and the other episodes on all your favorite podcast websites. Salud. Oh my God, that's the best way. Oh my God, you're totally into it. As long as it wasn't the bad buzzer. Oh!
Thanks for listening to Mod Pod with Fukunaga. Follow the episodes on all major podcast platforms, including Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and many more.